All right, everyone. So Cody Rhodes had some pretty interesting comments about Stone Cold possibly returning at WrestleMania 41. This is what he said. I would just like him to be around to see how we are doing. I hope he's proud of all of us because he really set the table for all of us, him and The Rock in a way where we can eat so fruitfully. So I'd love Steve to do anything. This is why I really like Cody, regardless, I mean, in the ring, outside of the ring, whatever you want to say, because he has such a good perspective on some of this stuff. One of the things that you hear a lot, whether it's on wrestling Twitter or on wrestling YouTube videos, is there's a constant kind of look back on whether it's the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s. There's a constant look back on how WWE used to be, whether it's the scheduling, you know what I mean? Like, how long the wrestlers had to fight, injuries, whatever it is. There's a constant look back and people saying, kind of, I don't know the right word for it, but they're looking at it in a negative light. And I think what's missing in that is that this is part of the beauty of where we're at now in wrestling, is that the company is so big, obviously now being involved, with TKO and UFC and the whole nine, this kind of merger. Now the wrestlers can have a much better experience, and honestly, the fans are having, I think, a better experience than they were maybe in like the mid 2000s and stuff like that. And look, I love the Attitude Era. It was, I would still put it as the best, just probably nostalgia, but still I'd put it as the best. But it's great to see the wrestlers be able to get more time off, to see them, have better ways to deal with these kind of injuries they get and all of that. But I just think people never give enough credit to the Stone Colds of the world, the Rocks of the world, the Undertaker. That it's not just that they were great wrestlers in their time. They get the credit for that. But what they've built has allowed for all of these new things to come into WWE. Now WWE can be a company that delivers a product that's top tier without having to put the wrestlers basically through, just absolute hell. And I think that's just a perfect mix. And I think what Cody says here is 100% right, which is, they set the table for us, and now we can move forward with this and hopefully take it to an even bigger level. But I hope he's at WrestleMania 41, but I also want him to show up in a way that makes sense. Just having him there. Look, Stone Cold can come out at any point and he's going to get a big pop and we'd all be, kind of excited to see him. But I want it to be sort of like The Undertaker at last WrestleMania, where it was a moment that you just jumped out of your chair for. It was something that I remember specifically. So I'm watching the WrestleMania day two. It's getting late, so I had it on my iPad. I lay in bed now watching it, and and then all I hear is the Undertaker's music, and I jumped up. That was out. That was it. I couldn't lay down and watch it anymore because it was so shocking and so exciting. And I want that to be the Stone Cold at WrestleMania 41 too. And so if it's not this year, then do it next year. But just figure out a way to do it in which it's not completely spoiled before, number one. And number two, it kind of gets that reaction. Because that's why WrestleMania 40 to me was so memorable. There were just so many moments that had you like that you'll never forget them. Even if you have great matches and great everything, if you don't have those kind of shocking moments, things, won't be quite as ingrained in you as they are when, like that Undertaker moment, I'll never forget it. So thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time.